This WAFL Colts broadcast is brought to you by Electrical Group Training. Considering a career as an electrician, visit egt.net.au to start your journey. Amy, when the bounce serves you a clanger, lucky you're with Amy. And Front Row Screens, your local streaming superheroes.
The inclusion buffer. The visitors, Jet Edwards, Jordan Gabriel, Sam Keys, Leroy Newen kicked 2 goals in that round 6 matchup. And as I said, Will Saboni, who's been in some great form for Trinity Aquinas, 24 disposals and 4 goals last week in the PSA competition before making his way back to Colts today. Looking at the previous weeks, of course, both teams had a bye. Last week it's that time of year where the byes start to take effect, but previous to that, Pure Thunder had a win over Swan Districts by 14 points. It was a real upset on this ground on Friday night, June 5, beating Swan Districts, who've played some scouts themselves this year. While for East Perth, they had a solid showing in last year's grand final of South Manor. They went down by 10 points at Sullivan Logistics Stadium, so they'll take some learnings and positives out of that. Pure Thunder aiming to win back-to-back games, and they did it last time when they beat East Perth, so that'll be the aim to replicate that in season 2026. The first quarter coming up thanks to EGT WAFL Colts. Appreciate your company here. Overcast conditions in Mandurah, but otherwise no excuses today. Fascinating to see how the rucks go as well. Oliver Edwards, who's been one of the shining lights with Pure Thunder in the ruck this year. It's the leading hit-out winner in Ryan Warner for East Perth. 22 hit-outs to 21 last time in favour of Edwards, so got the nod, you could say, last time in that 27-point win. We're all set to get underway. EGT WAFL Colts for round 11. One of 3 games taking place today. All morning games. Live here from Lane Group Stadium in Mandurah. It's the Thunder searching for back-to-back wins. East Perth need a much-needed win. They find themselves in 8th position. We're going to get underway with those 2 rucks in Ryan Warner and also Edwards going at it. Edwards gets a quick kick on the boot. Wasn't the purchase he was after, though. Barnard, the captain for East Perth, picks up cleanly. He's tackled and is going to be holding the ball for a free kick coming the way of McKenna Pringle, who's up there in the Colts Coaches Association votes. He's had a tremendous year as well. Robertson flew. Ken there for East Perth, trying to break through the Royals. Quick kick in the direction that it came from. On the far side wing, just pushed underneath it too much in the end. It's going to be a free kick coming back the way of the home side. Otherwise, advantage was well and truly on there. It's Mitch Sterling who makes his way back into the lineup. First time since round 3. He had some high raps on him coming into the year. Just found himself out of favour in terms of WA championships are concerned, but of course injury playing a big part of that. Speaking of day 18, Xavier Little, who's in the summer squad, gets that back out. Giller, just a rare fumble, trying to spin his opponent inside out, remains on half forward, gives it over there to the captain in Clark. Clark sets it up to a dangerous position, And reaching in is Trent Robertson. It's going to be something that East Perth are going to have to contend with all day, and he's kicked 17 goals this year for a reason, second in the leading goal kicker list. And Trent Robertson, a couple of bites of the cherry in front of a very good opponent there, and Garrison Kent can go back for the first shot of the morning. But Trent Robertson, big figure in the forward line for Peel Thunder. Kicked 4 goals, 2 back in round 6 in that win, and continue his goal kicking ways here from straight in front. Makes absolutely no mistake. Peel Thunder on the board to kickstart this EGT WAFL Colts matchup for round 11 through their premier forward in Trent Robertson. A really good size at 194 centimetres. Worth its weight in gold in the Colts competition. And one straight kick separates the sides at an early stage. Back in the middle again. Edwards flew. Trying to tap it to their advantage. Here's McAlpine. Can't break free and pressure through Clark, who's leading tackler in the competition on full display there. Warner palms it down. Pringle can't release. Edwards this time over the top. Pringle puts his head over it. Edwards, handball and hope more than anything. Clark's going to be caught his wrong side. Went with the outside of the boot. No worries. Up into the position of that man again, Robertson, who's hard man to compete with when it's in the air and he's at full stretch. Ideally, he'd be on the end of this kick, but he's going to hand pass it off to Sterling. Sterling's low ball to a dangerous position, doing everything right in front was Patton, and he'd like that moment again, but nonetheless, it was a bullet inside 50, right to the tip of the goal square, and it's going to remain there for the Thunder. Edwards down the way of Faithful. Faithful trying to reel it in with one hand. Under siege a little bit at the moment, East Perth, hacking out of there. Barnard, can he keep it in? Not quite. And was that a push in the back? He's pleading for it. Umpire's not having any of it. And Pringle, who's had a couple of touches early, can inbound. So, Kenneth Pringle right into the direction that it came from. Robertson's pleading for a free kick. He went to ground. His opponent, this time in Hamish Regan, takes the mark. Regan wants to bring it to this broadcast side. Again, Pringle playing in front. Had a case there for a free kick. And it'll be a boundary throw, and he'll come for his first spell. Just over 5 minutes, or under 5 minutes played out. Interesting time this with under 18s championships taking effect. Selection and whatnot. Clark through traffic. Getting a hand in there was Flezes. Clark again. Didn't give up on it. Gets the handball out. Now through the court. It's going to hug the boundary line. And they just got a hand on it when they needed to. Drew Crow. And it will remain on the half-forward flank for the Thunder. Shallow throw in. No, the ruck can go at it, and looks like we'll have another throw in. Thrown in once more. Edwards. Perfect palm down. Giller on the run. Ruckman to Rover. Delightful stuff from the Thunder. Oliver Edwards, that is your goal. And look at the teammates. Let him know about it as well. The double tap to Giller. Finish on the run. And the Thunder, they are looking the better of the sides here in Mandurah to start this one. Leo Giller with his first, the Thunder's second. They've got off to a positive start here at home. Around the corner, another clearance coming their way through Russell. Ken's going to sit underneath this one. Left out of WA's under-18s championship games. He's going to receive it back. Would have been a tough pill to swallow considering he's an AFL Academy member, but just look forward now to the games that he can play, like this Colts matchup, and that's going to be smothered off the boot, going out of bounds on the Hayden Valentine win. They get around their Thunder teammate. Warner. Edwards palms it out. There he is again, trying to feed it out wide. Just missed past the handball. He'll get it back. Slams it on the boot. First opportunity he has. Just too much over the head there of the East Perth player. Now mobbing up on the outside of the boot went Patton. It recognised the importance to get it forward. Thunder want this to sit in the field of play. It is going to do so. One way than the other. Stepping inside was Crow. Back to a dangerous position. Ken! What a fly that is from Garrison Ken. Just floated in from the side, and that's a real statement mark there for him. Goes wide. So Royals look to gain a bit of field possession. Down the line. Just nudging his opponent out of it was Warner. Umpire said it was legal. Edwards. Not the most convincing handball. Goes there to Giller. Those two combining again. Here's Cooper. Cooper can lower his eyes, but playing in front of East Perth, who having a lot more ball than they'd like in their back half at the moment. Called to play on. Go long down the line in the direction there. Warner, but flying was Mitch Sterling, who piercing ball is a good one up to the centre half forward region for Crow. Might be just on his measure here, so he might have to try to set this up. Ignored the lead there of Pat. This would be a cannon from Harrison Crow. And beyond the 50, called to play on. And it's a unconventional looking setup, but whatever works for the Thunder. Fortune favours the Brave, and in the pocket, the mark taken by Patton. The lead he went with was ignored earlier. Just had to buy a bit of patience there and get rewarded in the end, and he can go back and snap this one around the corner for their 30 if he can convert. A lot easier said than done though. It's not his best effort. It's going to be set up right to the tip of the goal square. Where's Giller? There he is. He can try and milk the free kick. He couldn't quite, and he's bellied the ball in the end. Did Patton, but maybe not the worst result, as it's still locked into their 50. Doing the ruck work now, Patton. Ken bends off with ease. Here come East Perth. Chipping ball. Players have to communicate. Didn't take his eyes off it the whole way. That was courageous stuff there from Jet Edwards. Back into the lineup today. The foot race on. First back to it for the Thunder will be Sterling, and had no choice but to see it out of bounds. Stuff there by Jet Edwards, who come back in the lineup, being in some good form for Trinity in the PSA. It's the scoreboard in that competition. Ball thrown in. De Morton spun out. Here is Edwards. Had to backtrack and hope that there was a teammate behind him. Only as far though as Saxon Carr. He's firing with the handball. Comes back around to De Morton. De Morton has a couple of options, but that should be a mark, and it is paid there to Mitch Sterling. And the number 31, Guernsey. A bit of a jumper change for him. Previously in the 27. Sterling ignores his broadcast side. Just goes short to Pringle. Pringle likewise as well. Hugs the boundary line, but Matter of centimetres there. Just have the games on their terms at the moment, despite being in their back half to the Thunder. 2-goal lead. East Perth yet to score. 13 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Pringle have to be patient with this build-up to the Thunder. Going across goal to Whelan. Whelan, not his best effort with the kick. Still a bit of time to work with, but boundary line wins out there and just touched it in the nick of time. Did Davidson. We'll have a boundary throw in, so Whelan, quite his target. Again, Rucks can't quite get to the boundary throw in. Quick handball out there from Pringle, found Russell. Ken, clean pick up from him. Handball over the top, just misfiring all pike there, but mobbing it up was his teammate in Craven around the corner, holding free kick. Which way is this going? It's going to go the way of the visitors, and this is Craven, in fact, here on centre half forward. Take Craven. Rather Darcy to play later in the league game for East Perth. Just a bit too much over the head of Xavier Note, and we'll have a boundary thrown deep in the forward pocket for East Perth. Ewan doing the ruck work. Speak about ruck work, right down the throat of Jet Edwards, and for all the good ruck work that Oliver Edwards did at the other end, it's Ewan palms it right down. Bit of a spiral in the end, doesn't matter how it comes about. And Jet Edwards kicks his first on return to the lineup today. Taking some of his form from the PSA competition into the EGT WAFL Colts, and 6-point ball game all of a sudden. So in the ruck again, once more, tracking it there, all pike, just lost his footing, went to pick it up, his teammate in Ruben. Clark, he's going to be on his left side, but was caught in two minds there. In fact, instead went back to Martin. Here the calls of kick it for East Perth as they're trying to get another clearance. Boyle just had to backtrack, lowering their eyes now as all pike. Can they find a target? Players coming from both directions. Courageous stuff done there by Carr. Sterling is going to be caught if he's not careful, and he is going to be by the captain in East Perth. That's one way to lead from the front. It's James Barnard who caught his opponent Sterling, had a couple of attempts to shrug off, didn't, and the tackle from captain and James Barnard was enough to earn himself a set shot. A similar position where Edwards kicked that last goal. Won a set shot though, coming up for the captain. Had a really solid year leading from the front. And he'll make no mistake, straight over the goal line past that. We're all back to a level playing field here. James Barnard strikes for the Royals. It's his third goal of the season, James Barnard, averaging a tick over 20 disposals this season. And 2 goals apiece now here at Lane Group Stadium. 2 backup rucks going at it now. Hand pass comes out to Regan. Regan well to evade. Spiralling ball. Bounce hard to read. Sterling is going to make up for his mistake here. He tried to take them on again, got the handball out A bit quicker this time, holding free kick coming the way of Newen. Newen eager to hand pass it off. There was no one on the same page, so had to go with the kick. Probably the better option. Sends it inside 50, playing in from in front. Thunder, Edwards coming in, Clark there, Barnard across half forward. Clark is always saying, my free kick every day of the week. Wants to switch it right across goal. It's a dangerous position considering in the back half, and East Perth was outnumbered, but Note did well enough to make a contest and players come around to support. Ball thrown in. East Perth haven't led yet today. Conceded the first two. Got the next two back themselves. Spowert's in there yet to really call his name so far today. Edwards, one of those goal kickers, has to just settle for the ball up. Roving ambitious there. Here is Spow out, one way then the other. Quick kick around the corner from Ruben, right to position of Barnard, who's playing as the deepest forward at the moment. Whelan's going to mob up for the Thunder. Out of the back half, run and jump. Good positioning there. Balloon back in the direction that it came from, hugging the boundary line, and in fact won't stay in the field of play. So Hill Thunder to have another chance. The whole possession. Sterling now fullback position. Whelan. This time right in front of us, broadcast side. A couple of bites of the cherry, making sure of it. Little. Little down the line. Run and jump there. And Crow spin out really good, and then got the handball over the top. Edwards tried to find Clark. Clark just pushed off it, fairly sent the umpire, and it was a scramble to get that ball in the end, using the boundary line to their friend East Perth. Through Keys. Edwards run and jump. Good tackle there onto Boney. Edwards, Carr, Warner got him, spinning out there, McAlpine, then goes to Keys. Keys long handball over the top, getting creative with Spowat, comes through the field of play, caught there, Gabriel. Newen has to be quick, not quick enough. Turnover comes. Clark at the coalface again. Spinning out there was Fenton. Fenton goes short. Pringle's a bit of time to work with, but the cavalry arrive for East Perth. He's going to be caught. Umpire might have been blindsided potentially. Spowat. Clever handball over the top. Spowat might get it back here. Frantic footy at the moment. Hunt. And then slamming on the boot. First opportunity was Cooper. Pushed off the ball. Umpire said it was legal. Mobbing up, trying to fend off. Robertson's going to get on the end of it. Couldn't pick it up though. Patton and Robertson second to the ball, but he wasn't too happy after that hip and shoulder, and makes it known with the tackle there, which is legal. Palm it down. Cooper just stays out of it. Clark putting his head over it as he always does. Chipping ball out of the back half and playing from in front. It was a holding free kick. It was mark anyway. In fact, it's going to come the way of Mitch Sterling, who is a hard player to match up on. He plays on. Chipping ball. Wants Robertson. Ken's going to fly. Good matchup, but Robertson, it's too easy for him in those situations. He can go back from directly in front to try slot number 2. And East Perth did well to hold off for a period of time there, but Peel Thunder can try and surge ahead once more. Trent Robertson. Accurate on most occasions, and that is no different. Peel Thunder have their third. Robertson has his second, and getting towards the latter stages of the opening term, Peel Thunder just put the buffer out by one straight kick. Goal number 19 for the season for Trent Robertson, back in the middle again. If they can find another one before quarter time break, that'll be very handy. Clark out in front. Good mark there taken at full stretch with the momentum. Crow. They're pointing long. Back in the direction of Robertson. Can he fly? Had to play from a defensive perspective there, but won his own footy in the end. Robertson around the corner. This time an assist perhaps. Again, looking really ominous there was Patton. Comes around, Carr from a tight angle. Slams into the post and head goes back to tell you that story. First behind for either team today. And Robertson again, thought he could have potentially had a third goal in one quarter. 7-point lead for Peel Thunder at the moment. 58% possession in favour of them. Highlighted by that 7-point lead at the moment. East Perth certainly not out of it. Quick kick out there in the direction of Warner. Warner just went for the fist, one of the boundary line, and that is the desired outcome. Warner couldn't quite get the purchase he was after with the spoiling attempt. McKenna Pringle, quick kick, just losing it there. Vandenberg, it's okay though because his teammate in Falloon mobbed up. And then over the top, then they get another one. Carr, the old 7-point play. Robertson on the non-preferred for goal number 3. It's not going to get the distance in the end. East Perth expect them to rush this through. They don't, in fact. And was that in the arc or outside the arc? It's going to be a lasso bouncing outside the arc. Umpire just might have a bit of a consult here, but it's going to be a Peel Thunder kick because it bounced, it landed out of the arc region. The player who went up for a spell is going to have a here. I just said the umpire's going to have a consult, but it looks like it will be Thunder balls. Clock continues to run, so they'll be the only ones who can trouble the scorers here. And not 100% certain, which is what I initially thought. So it'll be a boundary throw and still time enough for Peel maybe to get one going into the first break. We're going to have to be pretty efficient here though as Edwards wins another hit out. And tackle good there by Russell. That should be about it. 4-quarter time it will be in this EGT WAFL Colts clash between the Thunder and the Royals. Peel Thunder searching for their 4th win of the season. They lead at quarter time by 7 points. It's 3-1-19. The Thunder lead East Perth 2 straight kicks 12. Anything can happen in the remaining 3 quarters. 2 evenly matched sides. Live from Mandurah will be back on the other side of this, live on the WAFL official YouTube channel for the 2nd quarter coming your way. Don't go anywhere.
You don't need me to tell you.
Whether you're playing, coaching or umpiring, there's people of all ages, genders and backgrounds in our great game.
Find out more at wafootball.com.au. Teachers have to deal with a lot.
Especially if there's a few troublemakers, hey Bellas.
Give them a hand by letting WA Football visit your school for a lesson in team building, fair play and fun. Search WA Football to find out more.
Hey mates, ready to power up your career with EGT? As a proud sponsor of the WAFL, we're all about teamwork and training winners. With EGT, our apprenticeships in electrical trades are hands-on, so you can start working and earning faster, so you can forget the debt and dive straight into earning. Join us today and get the best of both worlds. Great training with the thrill of the game. Don't just dream about success, wire it up with EGT. Visit egt.net.au and kickstart your career.
Take it from me, great things happen at the WAFL.
Valentine Roads and goals.
With free entry for kids, future stars on the ground and a kick to kick at every break. The WAFL is where footy memories start and legends are made. Follow the WAFL on socials or get to a game.
They could have made it round.
Let's have a ball.
Instead, they made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Let's have a day. We'll do the rock. We'll do the ball. Let's have a ball. Don't tell me if you do.
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
For me, football is more than just a game because football can be anything you make it. It can be for friendship, for fitness and for giving back. It's for all genders and ages. It's for those from the Kimberley to the Great Southern. It's for fun, for extra pocket money or for a lifetime career. Football is for everyone, for history and for connection to your community. Football is for all. Search WA Football to find your local club.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out cause you kept cutting the cord, and I started to fade into your grey. See, I finally opened up my eyes, and I saw me coming back to life. That I'd be better without you inside. It's time to be someone I wanna recognize. The future starts right now. I made a reservation, but you never came, so I'm checking out. The fire you stole away, I know one day we'll come back around. The future is now. The future is now. The future is now. I waited for you in the passenger seat. There's only so far I can ride in your dreams. While you were chasing everything else but me, I'm starting to break out from the gray. See, I finally opened up my eyes, and I saw me coming back to life. That I'd be better without you inside. It's time to be someone I wanna recognize. The future starts right now. I made a reservation, but you never came, so I'm checking out. The fire you stole away.
Welcome back to Lane Group Stadium, EGT WAFL Colts. Quarter time, it's Peel Thunder 3-1-19, leading East Perth 2 straight kicks, 12 goal kickers, 2 apiece, 2 to Robertson, 1 to Giller for the Thunder, and for East Perth a goal to Barner, the captain, and also Edwards on return. One of the inclusions today for East Perth. Leading disposal getter Drew Clark, the Peel Thunder captain, up to 10 disposals. McKenna Pringle also supporting him in the midfield with 8. Mitch Sterling on 7, while for East Perth, Garrison Kent and Cale Rubin both have 6 disposals apiece. And Oliver Edwards is making his presence known to the ruck with 10 hit outs, Ryan Warner having 5, so he's leading that battle. But as the game is concerned, second quarter live from Lane Group Stadium. Thunder with a 7-point lead. Warner gets the palm down. Clark's going to track it likewise. Fresh airy for the Thunder. Holding free kick. Which way is this going to go? It's going to go the way of Edwards. Wrap around there. Edwards up towards the half-forward flank. Crow did everything right going back with the fly, just couldn't quite stick, and making sure it goes out was Hamish Regan.
Doing all right, actually.
The boundary throw in, half-forward flank for Peel. Giller. Here's Clark. Clark on the left. Nice looking ball. It's not going to trouble the scorers before it's been tapped through by Weston. So first score of the second quarter coming to the Peel Thunder Football Club. Ken now bring it back out for East Perth. Short ball, good one there for Flezers. Ken, he'd like that moment again, not rewarded with the tackle, was Little, can't believe his luck. East Perth might have got away with one there as it hugs the boundary line. Pringle, back in the direction that it came from, all by himself, Crow, and he can take the uncontested mark. So they do get a shot at goal in the end. Ken was just stripped of it, maybe that's the argument that the umpire would make. Harrison Crow, right in the pocket. Tough kick on the wrong side for a right footer. It looked okay, but just drifts to the near side. Another behind for the Thunder. Crow. Big ball. Blazers, been amongst the East Perth best this year, playing week in, week out. Power of Flezers. Down the line. Wants Barnard, who sort of half went at it at the end. Pringle's there. Clark just overran it. DeMorton second to the ball. Sterling's playing for the free kick. Faithful in and under. And we'll have another stoppage. Flezers at the coalface again. Clever stuff there to get it out from Barnard to DeMorton. Was eager to play on, but slowed down a fraction now. Surging ball over the top. Whelan had a good pace of it in the end. Playing the crumbing roll at ground level. Went Reuben. No, can he shake off the tackle? He can't. Sterling makes his presence known.
Should we?
Warner over the top. McAlpine. In and under. East Perth will be content to lock this one in. Edwards over the top, reading it best though. All Pike, yeah, he can't quite fire. Warner tries to give to Morton a chance. Spower just overran it. He's going to try and track it here. One way then the other. Not sure that was a legal disposal there from Boyle. In fact, it wasn't. And Whelan wins the free kick. Short ball across the face of goal. Casual as ever is Sterling. Lowers his eyes. A bit too much casual in the end for Carr. Carr, Ken working up the ground as far as you'll probably see him. Comes out now. McAlpine. And now handball received from Reuben. Put his teammate in an awkward position to break free. Flezers just had to brace himself for the contact. Warner has a run and a jump at it. So Scoring just slowing down a fraction of 2 to start this second. Considering a career as an electrician, visit egt.net.au to start your journey. Appreciate their support here on the WAFL official YouTube channel. Kick smothered there off the boot for the Thunder player. Warner, get out, comes this way. Barnard has to stop and prop. Subiaco currently leading East Fremantle at Sullivan Logistics Stadium by 6 points. Second quarter there, and South Fremantle have got off to a hot start, 25-point lead over at Fremantle Oval, Community Bank Oval against the Falcons. 3 games of EGT WAFL Colts all falling Saturday morning here. It's part of the bye rounds that continue on through this middle patch of the season. Edwards wins out, wants to find Pringle. He's got Barnard hot on his tail. Clark wins out on his left side, pumps it forward, playing from behind is Patton. Patton used his body well. He ignored guard Lee. It's just held up now on the half-forward flank for Peel Thunder. Interesting battle there. Cal Nord guard Lee has been a real brick wall for East Perth this season. Clark wins out. He's been one of the best to date, hugging the boundary line. Didn't have it, did faithful, so it'll come back his way. Too far out to score in the central position, reading it best there. Barnard the whole way.
6 goal assists. Yeah. Showed his second best mark of the year today.
Long ball. Sterling flies, just had to go with the fist. In there.
You got it, old fella, right? You got a vintage time.
Down and throw it again. Comes down. Here's Bearclough. Sterling was caught in 2 minds, just let his teammate run and jump. It was the right call in the end. Good mark in the air taken by Fenton. Goes short now to Sterling. 9 disposals now for Mitch Sterling on return. First game since round 3. Over the top, Barnard just got a fingertip to it. Here comes East Perth. Ken on his left side, so that'll suit him. Just pulls the kick nicely, but a bit too much on the end. Spell has to attack it well. Fierce tackle we had to deal with. No, goes back. Gardner gave it to Ken. Ken, interesting on the right boot. Little ball is a good one for Barnard. And they get out of traffic there. Taken by Gardner. Gardner called to play on. Not his best ball. Asked a fair bit of Spower and call, but caught from behind. Not sure Pryor was given there, and benefit of the doubt will be given to the captain of Hill Thunder and Drew Clark. Letting possession get her on the ground. Clean pick up there around the corner. Went McAlpine. Got 15. Warner dropped it anyway. Clark right there puts his head over it, and he'll be rewarded with a free kick. Fierce there. DeMort didn't do a whole heap wrong himself, but first of the ball, Clark across to Sterling. Those two combining again. He'll be called to play on. Short ball from Russell. Wants to draw the opponent, does so, and overlapping well. The Thunder. Just a bit too much. Ken, it was off the set of hands in front of him. Vandenberg. Here's Newen, just inside the field of play. Both teams finding it hard to really get a stranglehold on this second quarter. This is over the top, that can't be kept in by Keys. We'll have another boundary throw just in front of us. Ball remains on this broadcast side. WAFL official YouTube channel where you can catch all the WAFL Colts and WAFL W games in season 2026. Amy as well, great supporters of WA footy. Gabriel, sweeping handball over the top. Just had to stop and prop. Did Taboni. Taboni hits it out. No, Notes is there, but playing with authority was Sterling. Lost his footing. Flesses, he's going to be caught. Had to make his best effort at ground level. Stealing out of the pack there. Taboni, whistle coming. It'll come back to the Thunder. Disappointment there. You can hear for the East Perth faithful. Have made the long trip down to Mandurah. Here come the Thunder. In the pocket, and Little can mark here for the Thunder. They finally broke free off the back of free kick that was paid. Xavier Little, who you feel built for these sort of angles. He would practice these many a time at training. Nothing like doing it in a game though. Runs around, right foot snap. Umpire does not move. Xavier Little adds his name to the score sheet. Can't wipe the smile off his face. And the Thunder go to a game-high lead of 15 points. Back in the middle again. Thunder trying to get another one. Just a quick little fumble there. Caught in the tail was Ruben. Putting his head over it. Cooper. And could have been another clearance, but it'll be a fine line but at times. Tough ball to pick up there. Clark nudges Keys off it. The kick around the corner from Taboni. Nicely done. That should be 50 metres, you'd say. Not given, though. Must have been touched off the boot. In fact, it will be. It's a delayed call. Not sure if it was for that or of an infringement after it, but either way, same result. And that'll bring Tate Craven right to a goal-scoring position. Game number 6. And his third goal of the season from point-blank range. And it's not convincing. It's hit the post, in fact. He can't believe it. And, well, they've been accurate so far with presented opportunities, but that was anything but. And not too often you get gifts like that. You have to make the most of them, and unfortunately just hit the woodwork as the Thunder come out of their back line. On the end of it is Faithful. Hasn't Faithful played state 16s footy. Very talented player. Took one of the all-time hangers against Subiaco earlier in the year at Sullivan Logistics Stadium. Well called by Jordan McArdle, the commentary position. A real highlight for this season. He gets it back here. Faithful over the top, calling the opponent well. Russell has time up his sleeve to work with. Wants to put it in a dangerous position. Where are the crumbers for the Thunder? Pringle's down there. Ken doing everything he can. He wants to slap it to the boundary line. And does so successfully. Edwards. Carr back outside. Stepping was Entz. A bit too much on it. Robertson trying to body his opponent. Not as far as another behind though. 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter. It's a 15-point lead. Which is what is the biggest margin has been in this Colts matchup. Chipping ball over the top. Won't be 15. That forces Nordgaard Lee to play on, show his athleticism and running capabilities out of the back half. Nice kick there for Note. No, that's not his best kick. not going to stay in the field of play. Newen did his best to convince the umpire that it did. Full ball going out though on the Hayden Ballantyne wing. Whelan. Ball to play on. Up towards half forward, attacking it. Was Omadai, couldn't quite stick them up. Ken, this is what he can do, evading through, quick kick. Almost tried to kick it to himself in the end. Pringle going back the other way, the Thunder. Can they make something of turnover? Fierce tackle there from Omadai. Does enough to make sure that ball's not coming out anytime soon. Edwards may have had his arm held. Ken picks it up. Kenna Pringle. Edwards, nice handle over the top. Cooper can run and have a shot at goal. Again, is it Edwards setting up a goal? It sure is. Edwards to one of his smaller men in the form of Jake Cooper. Handle over the top, just got enough separation to make an impact. And the Thunder right in the box seat in this first half. Jake Cooper, that's his second goal of the season. And it's now time for a Royal response that they desperately need. Won't be total panic stations as Sterling gets a handball over the top. Whelan shows his speed out of the back line. Wants to find Giller, a bit too much on the end of that in the end. Giller closing in and did not give All Park a chance whatsoever to let that ball out. That'll please the Thunder players and fans alike. Quick kick there from Keys, up to a dangerous position. They got hands on it. Barnard almost ripped it out. Whelan on the last line of defence, gives it out there to Davidson. Davidson, quick kick to break out of jail. Too much over the head of Carr. Good win out there. The Thunder. Hunt goes back to Martin. Martin wants to find Patton. Patton against Nordgaard Lee. Had his arm pinned, spun out. Nordgaard Lee's going to be caught here. Might be advantage, but Carr smartly done not to take it. And Nordgaard Lee's pleading his case. Umpire's not having any of it. Patton presenting a target in this first half. Ball just stayed in the fraction in the air. Heart in the mouth would have been for a second, but they do enough to mark. Martin up towards half forward. Again, Patton making a contest of it. Carr, how's the crumbing? Could have got a high free kick. Umpire said it wasn't enough. Boundary throw in. Pringle, that'll be touched off the boot. Comes the way now. Little, in these situations, did he have a high free kick case to argue? Got a handball out, so could have gone either way potentially there, but bound to throw in. The results, just over 5 minutes remaining. Thunder, suspect, going to go into half-time with a lead. Just a matter of what that margin will be. Ball thrown in, not the best effort there from the boundary umpire, and be thrown back in. Task the boundary umpires have. Very underrated job in football. So thrown back in again. Patton went for the fist. Puts it in the path there of Robertson. Robertson, Giller from a tight position, buried it completely and out of bounds on the full, or rather it's a behind that has snuck in. Who knows how handy that point could be. No one on the mark, so that affords Royals the luxury to play on. Barnard stayed down. Whelan, a couple of bites of the cherry, successful. He's had a real impact in this game. Kicking has been a bit iffy at times, but nonetheless stays half forward, goes back to Whelan, who have an opportunity this time, a bit of a longer term approach. Goes the direction there. Great mark there from Kale Northgard Lee. Really went in, getting one back on his direct opponent, then Patton. Big ball. And Ewan holds his ground. Wants to take the game on through the corridor. Don't mind it deep in the second quarter. Wanted to find Omadite. Spowat's there. A couple of players who throw a blanket over it on ground level. Quick kick out there from Pringle, gives his forwards a chance. Going with the fisting approach there was East Perth player in Western. Could have potentially marked Little at ground level, got a handball out. Nicely done there by Omadite on his left. Daring ball. De Morton lost his footing. Didn't lose his composure though. Looks back in board, up towards half forward. Just drifting in from the side was Allpike. Allpike has to give the handball over the top. Here is Newen. Newen, handball. They don't want to muck around with it too much. Barnard spinning around. Gives it back to Newen. Newen, he can't brush off an opponent. Got the handball out in the nick of time. They're mucking around with it here. East Perth, Spowat's there. Whelan again getting involved to clear it out. And a chance goes begging for East Perth. It's Peel on the rebound though through Clark. Whelan again following up his work. Through the corridor. Pumping it inside 50, diving unsuccessfully. The Royals, Little's there, around the corner from Crow, one end to the other. That's going to sting for East Perth. Harrison Crow, deep in the first half. Snapping ball around the body, and you've got to give credit to the likes of Whelan for setting that play in the first place. Defending first, attacking through the corridor, and finishing around the corner, splitting the big sticks. Under a couple minutes remain. Peel Thunder got out to a very comfortable lead at the moment. Clark got his handball out. De Morton just had to remember which way he was going for a second there. Edwards, awkward looking handball. McCall, I should say. And Clark to settle things down. Got this game on our terms, sliding in, not quite gill up. Didn't need to. They get another one, the Thunder. Good run and jump there from Little. Northgard Lee assessed his options, then went out wide, only as far as the Thunder through Cooper. Hit the scoreboard in this quarter. Carr. Here the calls of hold it. Robertson expect him to beat the big target, a bit too much over his head. At a dangerous level. Big kick out there from the Porpine. Bounce. Kale. Ken did well in a tight situation, get a handball out, but they're just setting up really well at the moment. Cooper again looks more corridor. Big fist coming. Clark stayed down. Drew Clark. He's going to have to be quick, and he's done everything right today, but a bit too slow on the approach there. Ferocious tackle success from Ruben, who has been amongst the Royals' best. He's up to 12 disposals. McCann, creative to tap it over there to Cooper. Fairclough, not too much room to move with, and we'll have a boundary throw in. Toss going to run down. That might just be about it for the first half. Peel Thunder. They've really put their foot on the pedal, particularly late in this second term, to go out to a lead of 28 points. Cooper fumbles, but it's the Thunder who have a more than handy lead, 28 points at the main break. A lot of work to do for East Perth. It was a 27-point win in round 6 that the Thunder won by, and if that game's anything to go by, and this first half, then they're in a commanding position, but still a big half to play out. The players will take a break. We'll do the same live on the WAFL official YouTube channel. It's EGT WAFL Colts action for round 11. The Thunder leading 6-5-41 to East Perth 2-1-13. Back on the other side of this for the second half.
You don't need me to tell you.
Whether you're playing, coaching or umpiring, there's people of all ages, genders and backgrounds in our great game.
Find out more at wafootball.com.au. Teachers have to deal with a lot.
Especially if there's a few troublemakers, hey Bellas.
Give them a hand by letting WA Football visit your school for a lesson in team building, fair play and fun. Search WA Football to find out more.
Hey mates, ready to power up your career with EGT? As a proud sponsor of the WAFL, we're all about teamwork and training winners. With EGT, our apprenticeships in electrical trades are hands-on, so you can start working and earning faster, so you can forget the debt and dive straight into earning. Join us today and get the best of both worlds. Great training with the thrill of the game. Don't just dream about success, wire it up with EGT. Visit egt.net.au and kickstart your career.
Take it from me, great things happen at the WAFL.
Valentine rides and goals.
With free entry for kids, future stars on the ground and a kick to kick at every break. The WAFL is where footy memories start and legends are made. Follow the WAFL on socials or get to a game.
They could have made it round.
Let's have a ball.
Instead, they made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Let's have a day. We'll do the rock. We'll do the ball. Let's have a ball. Don't tell
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
For me, football is more than just a game because football can be anything you make it. It can be for friendship, for fitness and for giving back. It's for all genders and ages. It's for those from the Kimberley to the Great Southern. It's for fun, for extra pocket money or for a lifetime career. Football is for everyone, for history and for connection to your community. Football is for all. Search WA Football to find your local club. You don't need me to tell you.
Whether you're playing, coaching or umpiring, there's people of all ages, genders and backgrounds in our great game.
Find out more at wafootball.com.au. Teachers have to deal with a lot.
Especially if there's a few troublemakers, hey Bellas.
Give them a hand by letting WA Football visit your school for a lesson in team building, fair play and fun. Search WA Football to find out more.
Hey mates, ready to power up your career with EGT? As a proud sponsor of the WAFL, we're all about teamwork and training winners. With EGT, our apprenticeships in electrical trades are hands-on, so you can start working and earning faster, so you can forget the debt and dive straight into earning. Join us today and get the best of both worlds. Great training with the thrill of the game. Don't just dream about success, wire it up with EGT. Visit egt.net.au and kickstart your career.
Take it from me, great things happen at the WAFL.
Valentine rides and goals.
With free entry for kids, future stars on the ground and a kick to kick at every break. The WAFL is where footy memories start and legends are made. Follow the WAFL on socials or get to a game.
They could have made it round.
Let's have a ball.
Instead, they made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Let's have a day. We'll do the rock. We'll do the ball. Let's have a ball. Don't tell me.
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
For me, football is more than just a game because football can be anything you make it. It can be for friendship, for fitness and for giving back. It's for all genders and ages. It's for those from the Kimberley to the Great Southern. It's for fun, for extra pocket money or for a lifetime career. Football is for everyone, for history and for connection to your community. Football is for all. Search WA Football to find your local club.
Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Alright, 'cause I'm free, freer than I've ever been before. running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah, baby, I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah, baby, I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before.
Welcome back to Lane Group Stadium. Halftime just about over between Peel Thunder and East Perth. EGT WAFL Colts action for round 11. It's the Thunder with a commanding 28-point lead. 41-13, 6-5 to 2-1. Trent Robertson, the only multiple goal kicker on the ground. Cooper, Crow, Giller and Little with goals for the Thunder, while Barnard and Edwards kicked goals in the first quarter, but they were held goalless in the second. East Perth just one behind, so credit to Peel Thunder. But a big second half coming up. EGT WAFL Colts, Peel Thunder searching for back-to-back wins, as they did in round 6 when they beat East Perth by a tune of 27 points. Back underway from Lane Group Stadium. Warner, Ken's been thrown in the middle, bit of a different look for East Perth, only as far though as a mark taken. We'll have the Thunder. They'll go out wide. Martin called to play on. Big fist there from Newen. Put it in the path accidentally of Omadai. Clark, one of the best for the Thunder, if not the best. Here comes Faithful, throwing his blitz speed through the middle. Quick kick around the corner. Not his best effort, attacking it well was Barnard, who's playing down in defence. Faithful trying to shrug off He had prior, you'd have to say. Umpire said, not quite though. He'd shrug off, but umpire giving him the benefit of the doubt. Palm down, Pringle's there. Pringle, quick kick around the corner, was that touched off the boot? Won't matter, it's going to be out of bounds. Throwing it in. Drew Clark up to 18 disposals to lead both sides. Garrison Ken on 15. Warner, first to it. Slapped it out. Good stuff there by Taboni. Gave a chance for Gardner to get rid of it. Ewan, hack ball out of the 50. Right into the heart of the ground. Good position shown there by Hunt. He takes the mark to set up his skipper and Clark. Clark. Ball to play on deep in the pocket. Couple of options there. Staying down was Little. Barnard got his kick out in the nick of time. Here is Little. His kick was also smothered. Comes the way of Ken. Ken handball over the top to Newen. He might ask for it back here. Just keeps it in the field of play. Ken does get it back. Slight fumble, but has time to work with. Cleaning congestion. Gives it off up towards half forward. Just pulling the kick late was McAlpine. Did well. And now Keys has time to assess his options. Puts out in path there. Push potentially for Moyle. It won't matter because Spowat's going to run into an open goal and get East Perth a much needed one. Their first since the opening term. Ash Spowat runs in. Back of the pack, just read it best. Whelan couldn't quite grasp the mark. And East Perth back to margin. That is down to 22 points. Ash Spowat with his 6th goal of the season from 8 games, so being pretty consistent in season 2026. The East Perth number 11. Royals get the first that they were after. McAlpine hunted down there by Falloon. Ken. Faithful wins it out. Surging through the middle. Patton was at a push out. Crow into beauty in the second term. Snapping ball at the other end. Patton just lost it for a moment. Dives on top of the ball. Pringle got it out to Clark. Clark goes back in the direction of Giller. Ken picks up cleanly, showing his speed and also composure. Lord Gudley spun out, just has to backtrack here. Edwards, he doesn't have any prior room to move with. Lost the footing and the ball. Clark pushes Ken off it. 2 left footers going at it. Clark again wins his own footy in the end. Has to just settle for a ball up. Taboni did well to get the kick when his momentum was going the other way. Holding free kick there coming to Keys. Keys eager to play on. Can they get back-to-back goals? Edwards is the deepest player down there for East Perth. Ball looks like it's going to win out towards the boundary line. East Perth won't be complaining about that too much. Edwards, Cooper around the corner, that kick smothered. De Morton has no choice but to settle for another stoppage. Cooper has McAlpine on him the whole way. Spowat lost his footing. Edwards pleading his case for a holding free kick. Meanwhile, play continues on the non-preferred when the Thunder setting up well. Taboni just has to backtrack a bounce. Wasn't too kind for him. McCann around the corner runs his full measure. Just got it out when it needed to. McAlpine and Taboni in there. Comes away. Fairclough, he's second to the ball. Just overrunning it. Ian McCann has no choice but to use the boundary line as his friend. Bit of push and shove. Tensions continue to rise here. EGT WAFL Colts round 11 action live on the WAFL official YouTube channel. And a big 4 points coming up for today's victor. Peel Thunder currently leading by 22.
I got rainbow with it.
Clean, grab it, Warner, then the cavalry arrived. Clark doing anything he can to pump it forward, went off the deck. Taboni, agility on full display, the tackling pressure the other way went well. Crow fends off. Is that going to be caught? Sure is. Peel Thunder are out as well. It's going to come back the way of East Perth through Spowat, the last goal kicker. Ken takes a bounce. Pressure doesn't come too much towards him. Little kick. Tried to be a bit too cute, you feel there. Cooper. Mark taken safely there by Weston. Punching ball. And the cold face All Park lost his footing. Good composure shown there. But Sterling almost could predict before anyone else could. He takes the mark. Loves to keep the ball low. Losing his headband. Carr not losing the free kick though. Big ball. Diving first to it is Gardner across half back. Taboni's all by himself. Will Taboni. A slowish start to this game, but up to 7 disposals now. Back of some great form this year in the PSA. Extremely Sterling again. He's been a luxury back into the lineup for the first time in 8 rounds. Hugs the boundary line. Did that go out of bounds? East Perth pleading for it. Can't believe their luck as Pringle has it. Pringle up and under delivery. Robertson hasn't been cited too much since those opening 2 goals. They've done well to shut down his presence, but doesn't need a lot of it and takes the mark here. Keeps it low. Wants to go in the direction over the top. Right there was Vandenberg. Handball comes out. Omadai in a dangerous position, spinning out Crow. Hand passing Hope more than anything. Attacking it was Patton. They get a response here. Clark deserves a goal, you could say. Spun around. They've got to be careful here, East Perth. And Clark splitting his case, but within the 9 protected metre protected area. East Perth, measured approach in the back half. Gardner. Diving mark to Boney. Gave it over to his captain. In Barnard. Barnard searching ball right through. Throw it off. But a bit too much ambitious attempt there with the run and jump. Not 15, so Sterling forced to play on. He won't mind that though. Inside 50. Crow's going to float in from the side and didn't take his eyes off it the whole way. Well, it could have easily gone one end to the other, but Peel Thunder doing enough to kick the other way, and Bro can go back and add his name to the multiple goal kickers list along with Trent Robertson if he can convert. So Harrison Crow, inclusion today, already kicked 1. This one a bit easier, and that is reflected in the finish. He's kicked his 2nd. Peel Thunder extend back out to that buffer that's just under the 5 goal mark. towards the middle stages of this third term. Ken clean win out from the stoppage. Went on the outside of the boots, and luckily for East Perth it won't be a lasso as it's gone inside their 50. Edwards wins out Sterling, brushes through with ease. Great passage to play there. Russell had a couple of options. Went further upfield there to Carr. Carr, he likewise looked centrally. Running play there for Davidson, one end to the other. Just misfired Patton there. Little is going to track it. Patton, does he have to go back? He goes himself. Surely not! An extraordinary goal from Patton. Goal of the day without a shadow of a doubt. Why use your teammates around you? How about this? The athleticism as he was going to ground as well. And good luck beating that today or this round. Well, something out of nothing there for Jai Patton. Unbelievable finish. And Peel Thunder, not that they need a spark, but that could set the tone for the remainder of the game, perhaps. On debut as well, it must be said. And on a searching lead, Little, Peel Thunder again, as they did towards the latter stage of that second term. They're on complete control here. Xavier Little, who already has one, kicked a nice snap from the other end of the ground. Long approach here. And it's not going to trouble the scores in the end. Patton, has he grabbed it? He's having a real purple patch now. Off the back of that last one, wants to do the team thing and sets it up well to Jake Cooper. They'll get around Jai Patton, because when you've just kicked one of the best goals you'll see in Colts, you can be forgiven, especially early in your career, to try and back it up there. But recognise Cooper was in a better position, more central to goal, a bit further out, but this shouldn't be an issue. And talk about adding your name to the multiple goal scorer list. Cooper doesn't quite do that. Maybe Patton should have gone for it himself. Hindsight, a wonderful thing. Shouldn't take away from what Peel Thunder are doing at the current minute, though. Barnard. Chipping ball, floating in from the side. Boyle. Edwards did everything right. Spower wins out. Could have thought one too many steps ahead there, but did well. Make something of it. Sterling has been a marking machine. 6 marks to his name. Hasn't had less than 5 in his 3 previous Colts games this year. Just firing the target there to Davidson. Boyle loses his footing. Davidson has to settle. Edwards down the throat of Taboni. Boyle wanted to find Keys. Edwards still making an impact throughout the duration of this one. Going back again, Sterling. Very hard player to shut down, and it's easy to see why he had such high raps on him coming into the year, playing an AFL Grand Final Day as part of that Futures game and injury troubles this year. But he's going to be brought at the 50-metre penalty, and he can add his name to the score sheet. The defender becomes a goal kicker. They swarm Lane Group Stadium to get to him. Mitch Sterling has been doing it on the defensive end. A bit of reward for all his hard work on return as well. First time since round 3. And it's Peel Thunder's game to lose from here. Things going from bad to worse for East Perth, but they have an opportunity to close out the third term. They can bounce back here through the legs of De Morton in a one-on-one with Fenton. Spow out. Nice circling handball. Ken's been thrown all over the park, and he might have got a holding free kick there, coming back the way of Garrison Ken. Hasn't kicked a goal, which shouldn't be too much of a surprise this season because he is mostly playing off half back. This would mean a lot to him as well. He's tried his heart out, up to 20 disposals. Here's Garrison Ken. No doubt been a challenging time for him. AFL Academy member who has been left out of WA's Under-18s Championships campaign at a current stage. Comes in. He can keep his head up high though with his performance today. He adds his first goal, and that is much needed for East Perth. Patton's gone into the ruck. East Perth desperately need more goals. Clark wanting that not to happen for East Perth. McCann lowering his eyes. A bit too much to ask there for Little, or anyone for that matter. Robertson comes back to Little. Hand pass there. Faithful reels in with one hand. Has to just take the pressure. 5 minutes remaining in the third term. Edwards reaching over the top. First to it will be Allpike. He's caught though by Cooper. Back is Crow in the number 13. Tough angle. McCann, Mission Impossible type stuff. To a central position over the top, making good contact with Robinson. Here is Crow, textbook crumbing. And he finally does add his name to the score sheet in the multiple goal kicker category. Just read it best, didn't need a whole heap of time to slam it on the boot and straight over the goal umpire's hat. The Thunder couldn't be any more impressive, you have to say, so far this morning. So Crow on return, kick 3 I should say now. So he's the outright leading goal kicker for today so far. Robertson with 2, Giller 1, Sterling 1, Cooper, Little and Patton all 1 apiece for the Thunder. What can East Perth find? Ken down there. Just had to stop his momentum for a split second. Benton, a little over the top. Martin. Wanted Sterling. Spell had other ideas in mind. Shrugs off the opponent. Anytime you do that to Sterling, it's a fair effort. And the kick was perfect, right to the goal square. Our Spauer did everything right in setting up this goal for All Park if he can convert. All Park makes no mistake. East Perth with the quick reply. We need a lot more of it. 35 points the margin, and Ash Bauer, shout out to him for setting that goal up. On top of that goal he kicked at the start of the quarter. Just under a couple of minutes remaining in the third now. East Perth with the last save. Giller taps it to himself. Clark screaming for it. Wants to draw the opponent. Almost looked a bit too much backwards there, but the kick's an okay one. Crow diving it, showing his desperation. Ken Clark, he does tackling better than most in this competition. Just inside the field of play, Edwards just brings his opponent and Warner down ground level. It's been an interesting ruck battle. 29 hitouts to 25 in favour of Edwards. He did get the upper hand on him hitouts wise in round 6 by 1. Not just down to hitouts, of course. Edwards up to 10 disposals, Ryan Warner on 4. Great mark there taken. Benton, he's got better as this game's gone along. Under a minute to play. Peel Thunder up towards half-forward flank. Diving mark. Warner, good mark taken by him. Not his best kick though, but at least he put it in the path of the play to run onto. Carr inbounding, intercepting and setting this one up in the direction of Crow. Big run and jump. Good spoil there from Nordgard Lee. Quick kick around the corner. How's this sit? Well, this just sums up Peel Thunder's day, to be honest. And it's that man, Xavier Little.
Apparently they're in the 5. I thought they'd won one game for the year. That one game was like,
The Thunder, this could be their best performance in a couple of years, you'd have to say. That'll be the last laugh of the quarter.
their first win in like 500 days. That's what I thought. Boy, they're gift. They're gift. How are these the Colts a gift? I thought they'd only won one game.
And that'll be it, 3/4 time. Xavier Little adds another for the Thunder. He's up to 2 goals, both of them being snaps from both ends of the ground. And the Thunder, they're going to be looking very likely to come away with the 4 points. Still a quarter to play out though. It's a margin that separates the sides. And we'll be back on the other side of this. 11-6-72, 5-1-31 the margin. Very comprehensive at the moment for the Thunder. Back on the other side of this for the 4th and final term live from Langrove Stadium.
You don't need me to tell you.
Whether you're playing, coaching or umpiring, there's people of all ages, genders and backgrounds in our great game.
Find out more at wafootball.com.au. Teachers have to deal with a lot.
Especially if there's a few troublemakers, hey Bellas.
Give them a hand by letting WA Football visit your school for a lesson in team building, fair play and fun. Search WA Football to find out more.
Hey mates, ready to power up your career with EGT? As a proud sponsor of the WAFL, we're all about teamwork and training winners. With EGT, our apprenticeships in electrical trades are hands-on, so you can start working and earning faster, so you can forget the debt and dive straight into earning. Join us today and get the best of both worlds. Great training with the thrill of the game. Don't just dream about success, wire it up with EGT. Visit egt.net.au and kickstart your career.
Take it from me, great things happen at the WAFL.
Valentine rides and goals.
With free entry for kids, future stars on the ground and a kick to kick at every break. The WAFL is where footy memories start and legends are made. Follow the WAFL on socials or get to a game.
They could have made a round.
Let's have a ball.
Instead, they made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Let's have a day. We'll do the round. We'll do the ball. Let's have a ball. Don't tell you.
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
For me, football is more than just a game because football can be anything you make it. It can be for friendship, for fitness and for giving back. It's for all genders and ages. It's for those from the Kimberley to the Great Southern. It's for fun, for extra pocket money or for a lifetime career. Football is for everyone, for history and for connection to your community. Football is for all. Search WA Football to find your local club.
Welcome back to Lane Group Stadium. Three-quarter time, Peel Thunder leading 11-6-72 to East Perth 5-1-31. A goal right on the brink of three-quarter time from Xavier Little, getting it out to the margin of 41 points. And Thunder searching for their fourth win. They didn't win a game last year, and when they beat East Perth earlier this year by 27, it was their second win of the season following that long drought they broke the previous week in almost 2 years. So exciting times for Peel Thunder off the back of some trying times. Quarter to play here on the live on the WAFL official YouTube channel. What can East Perth do? Both these teams should have plenty of run in the legs coming off buys last week. Fourth and final term live from Lane Group Stadium of this EGT WAFL Colts clash. Peel Thunder right in the box seat to close it out. Warner comes down. Pringle up to 18 possessions now. Attacking it well. Robertson just lost it slightly there. Regan. Taboni will win the free kick. It's Falloon. Taboni keen to play on, get the 1-2 back from his East Perth teammate. Runs his full measure on the outside of the boot. Has Spauer as an option, a bit too much over his head. Edwards there at ground level for East Perth. Taboni. Quieter first half, but starting to get more involved. How about the selling of the candy there? Not once, but twice from Ewan. Quick kick around the corner. Clark's going to sit underneath this. Making a contest of it was Keys. Quick kick around the corner again from Taboni. No one really on that far side, so having to track it. Whelan attacked it well. Had Clark, who can take a bounce. Take another bounce. He's got all the space in the world. Has Pringle right through the corridor. Pringle looks up. Wants to go in the direction there of Little, and that's impressive synergy right through the corridor. Little can line up for number 3.
Let's go to the Oakland. That. Oh. Oakland. Yeah.
Xavier Little won't make the distance. Big fist staying down was Crows for number 4. Taboni, faithful. Clark on his favourite left side. It's a wobbling ball from Clark. Can't quite work back enough in time. First score of the quarter goes the way of the home side. Getting it out to 42 points. Kent. His first goal earlier in the game in the third term. Back in his native position. Clark wins out. Pringle, those two combine again. Pringle on the non-preferred. It's all East Perth though. Won't be 15. Big fist comes. Right place, right time. Keys. Spauer has to go himself. Desperation there again from Clark. Dropping it with the foot. It's Newen. Just a bit too much hold on to there, and it'll come back the way of Barnard for a free kick. And then with 50 metres as well, so slight brain fade. They're not giving the ball back correctly for East Perth and their captain James Barnard. They've exposed us 1 goal to date. A bit quieter in the second half, but has a chance here to set one up for his teammates. Ball to play on, short approach. Edwards just did enough to get a fingertip on it. Pringle, been really impressed with him again today. Clark just losing it, they'll be holding the ball. Barnard doesn't want to take the advantage. Keys. On multiple inclusions. That's not his best kick, and Martin take the uncontested mark, goes across to Sterling. Sterling, general back there. And now an opportunity for Carr on the Hayden Valentine wing. Long down the line. Playing from behind Pat, who kicked one of the best goals you'll see. Be a first in WAFL Colts in the third term. About to throw in the result. Warner had a slight jumper hold. Clark. Edwards. Ends. Big kick from the Thunder. Back in the direction that they want it. Robertson, who was outnumbered. That resulted in the East Perth mark to be taken. Giller, the 1-on-1 with Taboni. Giller wins out shows his agility, then goes back in the direction of Robertson. Couldn't quite find him, which tells you how much it wasn't there. Around the corner from Little, if there's anyone that could do it, it would be him. Only has 2 goals, both of them being snaps. The Banana not successful on that occasion, but continues to be lively. You can see why he was in the state summer squad over off-season. East Perth want to find Kenny's outnumbered. He's also undersized, and a good mark taken there by Hiller. Hiller sends it back. It's a holding free kick. Is it going to come away with Robertson? It seems likely. And Trent Robertson kicked 2 in the opening quarter. Go back and kick his 3rd. And really seal the deal here for the Thunder. And signed, sealed, delivered. The Thunder, they're going to go away with the points here today. They're going to win back-to-back games, which has been a rare thing in the last few seasons. But Trent Robertson kicks goal number 3. He also brings up his 20th goal of the season from his 9th game. So ultra consistent season that he's putting together. Back in the middle, Clark off the deck. Ken has to paddle it to himself. Crow in a one-on-one with him. Over the top, Clark outside of the boot. And it's been touched out of bounds. And past there came Russell around the corner. He wants to get in on the action, and he might do just that. Snapping ball on the run. The Thunder, this is a dominant display now. Tom Russell, first goal for him as well. So they're all getting in on the action now. It's party time at Lane Group Stadium if you Peel Thunder. Be an infringement here against East Perth. Just a warning, next time will be a free kick. Back in the middle again, getting the 1-2 is Cooper. Out wide. Entz was just caught in an awkward position there. Crow mobbed up. Gabriel. Nicely executed kick, short one for De Morton. De Morton kicks up to a central position, miss from behind. Russell, they've got the overlap. McCann, one way then the other. Inside, up towards the wing. Crow, double fist came. the Royals. Faithful, casual on the approach, going to spin out on his left, you'd suspect. Wants to go the handball option, gets the 1-2 back. Has Patton, who was on the same page, to give it back to him. Then pulls the trigger, but East Perth always had the extra number inside. Ents, good uncontested mark in the end, just in front of Edwards. They want to go in the Robertson direction, and why not? Bit too much over his head. Edwards grabs it. And now it's another man in Carr getting in on the action. East Perth pleading that it's touched. Umpire not having any of it. And Carr, his second goal of his EGT Colts season. East Perth can't believe it. No arc here, so this is really getting out to a margin that's the Thunder are not used to in recent times. East Perth, they challenged like the South Randall by 10 points, but been a bit inconsistent in season 2026, hence why they find themselves towards the bottom end of the ladder. Can't take anything away from Peel though as well. 14th goal now, and they've had multiple goal kickers. Carr adding his name to the list. Here's Pringle again. They're not satisfied just yet. Crow pulls his kick and finds Cooper. They're just all on the same page at the moment. Team first footy. They wanted to get as many people an opportunity as possible. Cooper who's kicked one from this end of the ground in the second, and try and replicate it from a longer distance and set shot rather than in general play. Comes in, keeps it pretty low, and makes the distance in the end just to the right hand side. I think they're going to get over the 100-point mark in terms of how much they've piled on the scoreboard, which is always an impressive feat in Colts footy when it's capped at 25 minutes and the clock continues to run. Here's Ruben. Whelan. Good attempt by him to Morton, did well to release. Giller goes for a torpedo approach, mark taken by the Royals. All Pike. And good mark taken in front by Newen. Return today for the Royals. Not much to gain out of this last 11 minutes for them, but they can try and make the scoreboard at least look a bit more respectable. Newen fended off. Back to Ruben. Cowpine combines there. Nice passage of play here for the Royals. Just caught in two minds. Wasn't a lot of purchase on that handball there. Beating out Clark, and now Martin finds Faithful on the outer side. Vandenberg. Whelan. He loves a run out of the back half. Ignored the lead short, went for the longer option. Little, this is bread and butter, couldn't quite pick up cleanly. Puts it in a harder position for himself, running at full momentum. He's frustrated with himself, could have had another there, but 10 minutes just over remaining. Sure there'll be some more opportunities. Pat. Blesses is there. Giller is fun. Vandenberg with the handball. Putting his header over is Faithful. Handball out, comes the way of Giller. Giller trying to tap into himself. Went himself with a banana, playing the goalkeeper role on the last line of defence. There was a couple of options, including Weston. Hacks it out of there. Doing everything right was Cal. Spow out, just keeps it in the field of play. Left football around the corner. And Whelan. Umpire didn't blow the whistle, so everyone stopped and thought it was a mark, including East Perth. Pringle, meanwhile, in the middle. And can set up another. Here is that man Robertson, who will just be loving this service at the moment. Got the separation on his opponent. McCann puts it in front of him to run onto. Trent Robertson. Big 4 goals in round 6. Can he back it up with another 4 here for the Thunder? Not quite there. Just sneaks in for a behind. He kicks his first behind of the day. Running out of fullback, running full measure was Flezes. Good mark in the air taken by Ruben. They went corridor, and it might work out okay. Tape it to Boney, selling the dummy. Long handball. Spower's outnumbered here. Comes the way. Carr. He had a couple of options himself. Chipping ball's a good one. Vandenberg has to wait for players to backtrack. He's too far out to score. It seems he's saying, come towards me. Asks a fair bit of Carr. Little didn't need to lose his footing in the end there. Potentially thought there was more pressure on him after that contest played out. Vandenberg again. Quick kick around the corner. Won't be 15 whatsoever. Comes the way of Ruben. They might try and open up this broadcast side through Omadai and finds Ken. Ken has Barnard running hard for him. Craven. Brother Darcy will be hoping there's a better result in the league to come later today for East Perth's sake. Balloon, quick kick out without looking. Omadai, tricky one, but grasped it on a couple of attempts. Piercing ball, finds McAlpine. Ken on his left side, has to go back in board. Did well to make sure it was in the path there of Cowpine, but the kick wasn't as good. Sterling, who's had a great comeback game today, goes across goal. Get it back now, getting his touches up, not quite 15, so has to go right back and almost conceding there in the end. Maybe a rare turnover. Barnard just lost it for a moment. Gillard, he's going to take it on. He's lucky, quite lucky to get that out in the end. Martin, and finds Pat. A few Pat supporters in the crowd there. You can tell when he marked that ball. Still going to be replaying that goal many a time that he kicked in the third. Short. Subiaco have upset East Fremantle at Sullivan Logistics Games by 18 points, so an upset there. Subiaco who've had their battles this season. South Fremantle doing it comfortably at the moment over West Perth at Fremantle Community Bank Oval. Not so much of a surprise there, but West Perth still thereabouts. Such a tight competition, the EGT WAFL Colts. Anything can happen on any given day. Today it's been Peel Thunder's day to save. There's a mark taken by Note, though. Been a tough day for the East Perth forwards. Note arcs out. Wants to find Ruben, who's outnumbered. Sterling judged at best. Ruben kept his footing, but also went to ground. Good luck grabbing it out of there. And it looks like it's going to be a holding. It's going to be a free kick potentially, and a 50-metre as well. So dragging the ball in, and I think Sterling gave away a 50-metre penalty in that descent. So a gift coming up for Ruben, who's battled hard today. for his 19 disposals. And now a goal to go with it. Not going to mean a whole lot for East Perth, but a late consolation prize there for Cale Rubin. Final 4 minutes of action here at Lane Group Stadium. Pringle wants to take the game on, gave it over to Russell. Russell in the direction there. Crow doing well enough to fist it out. It's Gardner.
I've got that t-shirt and the long sleeve t-shirt. I thought I'd be right.
Caught there was Edwards around the corner. Big contest, Ewan at the coalface. And it'll be a boundary throw in. Final 3 minutes remaining. Appreciate your company throughout the morning on the WAFL official YouTube channel, where all Colts and WAFL W games housed in season 2026. Great accessibility across the board. Edwards, he's caught there by Martin. De Morton over the top. 1%er. Well executed there by Newen. Rubin, can he get two in a minute? He sure can. It's been a performance that more of his teammates would probably envy in terms of giving him more support. He's kicked a couple late and 20 disposals, a couple goals for Cale Rubin. He has been one of East Perth's best in a tough day for them. Still 51 points the margin, comprehensive for the Thunder. Warner, the direction of Ken. Edwards wanted to feed it out wide. Ents puts his head over it. Next week for the sides, back to a full block of fixtures. East Perth have the bye. So a couple of byes in a couple of weeks for them. Doesn't always help the momentum, but can't help that. But for the Thunder, they'll go to West Perth, home ground, HIF Health Insurance over next Saturday to try knock over the Falcons there. And it could be an interesting game considering that the Falcons are currently down to South Fremantle, so they'll be wanting to bounce back if that result continues to go that way today. Thunder to make the long trip up the freeway. Rubin, Spowat, caught in his wrong side. Is there another late consolation prize for East Perth coming up? Ken's right there. Comes the way of Newen. Newen going to be caught by Clark, and well, that just sums up the desperation of Drew Clark. Game one and done for a long time. Still putting his body on the line as if it's a game that's under a goal. Drew Clark, over 30 disposals now, 9 tackles, and for mine, he's been best on ground, leading from the front. The Peel Thunder captain, Warner, a couple of bites to the cherry, back in the direction of Ken. Final seconds here to Morton, opposing captain for East Perth. Out wide for Gabriel, but Peel Thunder are going to win back-to-back games. The second time this season. They win their 4th game and they're looking anything but a winless side. They continue on in season 2026. A comprehensive 51-point margin to the Thunder. East Perth challenged them early, but they really were in the box seat from the second quarter onwards. Drew Clark, the captain, 31 disposals, 10 tackles next to his name. He was among the best. McKenna Pringle as well. Mitch Sterling on return, having high numbers, well over 20 for those guys. Goals, Harrison Crowe kicked 3. Trent Robertson continued his goal kicking ways, kicked 3. Xavier Little 2. Leo Giller, Saxon Carr, Jake Cooper, 1 apiece, as well as Tom Russell. Mitch Sterling kicked his first, and also goal on debut for Patton, which is the highlight of the day really as far as goals are concerned. For East Perth, Garrison Ken, 28 disposals of the goal. He was amongst their best. Cal Rubin, 21 disposals of 2 goals as well. James Barnard hit the scoreboard with a goal. Cal Outline battled hard as well as throws Cara Flenders. But East Perth didn't have as many contributors on the day as Peel Thunder. East Perth will have a bye next week. Peel Thunder will make the trip to West Perth up in June, like HR and Health Insurance. I will look forward to that call next week live on the WAFL official YouTube channel. But from Lane Group Stadium, we say goodbye for now. Appreciate your company throughout the morning. It's Peel Thunder, dominant display. They take out the 4 points here and continue on their way to stay around the mark. They'll go into the 5 at the end of the round, which has not been a common theme over the last year or two. But I feel like the worst is behind them in that sense. That means a lot to the players as they walk off the ground. We'll see you next time as we say goodbye from Lane Group Stadium.